Do you believe in karma?
Yes, I do. I've lived it. I'm living proof of karma.
Yeah, but can I ask you something then?
Go ahead.
Though, how come like guys like George W. Bush, nothing bad happens to him?
Something bad happens to him. We just don't know it.
No, he's playing golf and stuff.
Something bad happens to him every day when he has to face himself at the end of the night. That's when karma shows up.
Yeah, but he like started a bunch of illegal wars and a lot of people died and stuff.
Trust me, he'll pay for it.
He deserves AIDS and stuff.
At some point, it's so like I remember when I robbed this guy and I
You're never getting back into Texas now.
And I robbed 18.5. Like what I made from the scam was 18.5. You know what I ended up paying the attorney? 18,000. I'll never forget that. Looking at the bills and going.
Well, you got caught.
I made $500. Like this is God sending me a bill. Like I made God making me realize that I made $500 for 2 years of my life.
Because I know you've beaten a man with a pipe before.
No, I didn't beat nobody with no pipe.
You've never beaten anybody with a pipe before.
No.
Yeah, I think you have.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You told me one time that you beat a man with a pipe.
I must have smacked him with a 2x4 or something. Not a pipe. That's a big.
You never like beaten a guy to almost death with a pipe before?
No.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't. You got the wrong guy.
Yeah, you're the wrong guy?
Yeah.
You've never violently attacked anybody before?
Not with a pipe.
No, with what?
I got into fights. Some guy jumped me and he had a 2x4 and I took it from him, hit him with it one time.
Yeah.
I hit a guy with a Heineken bottle when I was 18. He was a man, though.
Yeah.
He was a fucking man, He was a real fucking man. He had another friend who was a man and we were scared.
But you've never taken a pipe out of your car and beaten a man with it?
I remember taking a pipe out. Like, remember down in La Jolla when those guys were looking for me and I threw the fucking cue ball at the car?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember? Like, I know how to get you rattled. Nobody could rattle you like me. I'll rattle your cage.
Were you there that night where Joe Rogan, we went to the strip club?
No.
Oh, because Joe Rogan didn't talk to me for years after that. Because he was headlining and then we went to a strip club. I thought you were there, and then there was these gang members with tattoos on their faces. I didn't know any better. I was young. And Joe goes, let's get out of here. And we were with other comics. I thought you were there. And I go, no, don't be a pussy. Right? Because they were like eyeing us and stuff. And then years later, I had to apologize to Joe. I go, I know we almost died. I'm sorry. All right, I feel funny. I got to get out of here, man.
Why?
I feel dizzy or something, man.
No, you're not dizzy.
I'm fine?
Yeah.
Have some water, Mike.
I drank it. Nothing happened.
Have some Red Bull.
Nothing happened after the day.
Have some Red Bull and some water. How's that?
What? Earlier I said that I sucked a guy's dick. Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I feel like it's been weird ever since then.
No. Which was worse, the dick or asshole?
What asshole?
Like when you're just licking a girl's asshole.
The dick for sure. I'm not gay, dude.
Yeah, but I was thinking about it the other day.
Have you ever sucked a dick?
No.
You've never?
Nope.
Not even once?
No.
You ever think about
it? But I was thinking about it a couple last week. For girls, it just must be like hard skin. Like that's all. Like it doesn't.
What?
Like it doesn't taste like anything. Like if you take
exactly, that's why you should try it.
you just said it was worse than eating ass. I'm not gonna do it if it's worse than eating ass.
Yeah, because it's like there's like social implications, and it's like I don't want to be doing this. You're drunk with your friend. Listen to me, man. When I was a kid, I was small. I was this Asian kid, but I had a sexual drive. But I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood. In my high school was 99.9% white, and none of those girls wanted anything to do with me. I always been always a dirty Korean. You know what I mean? My father is from. My father was a street guy. My father, during the Korean War, used to hustle. He never went to school. He was in gangs and stuff, and then he joined the Korean military. But my dad was a hoodlum, so I'm from, Korean trash almost. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, and then my dad works hard, and we live in the suburbs. But I'm around all these, white girls and stuff. They don't want nothing to do with me. So it's like, you get drunk, you're 15, 16, and your friend pulls out his penis. I did it. I made a mistake.
No, you're very sexual.
I'm highly sexual. And I used to go to those, like, F Street in San Diego. We had those F Street bookstores, and they used to have those masturbation booths. You remember those? You sneak in, you go in the back, and the floor's sticky. It makes a sound.
And are they people having live sex or?
No, you would close the door. You close the door, and then you put, dollar bills or quarters in, right? Or F Street had these tokens. You had to go to the front,
Right, get
you know,
the
give them
tokens.
$40, and then they give you tokens, and you put the tokens, and then there's a button. There's two buttons, like, you know, what I mean, changing channels, and they were always like the puddle of cum, you know. So you have to stick your fingers in puddle of cum.
Was this before the internet, or why would you go there?
Yeah, this is in late '80s, right?
Jesus, so people was that no? But they had VCRs by then, right?
Yeah, but I went to the
Yeah,
one.
but I was a kid.
He was a kid.
I was
so that's the
19. I'm not
whole-
gonna go home to my parents'
Jesus,
house.
Yeah.
What I had when I was a kid was you go in, and there was a bed in the middle.
Where?
816. That was his number.
Yeah.
There was a bed in the middle, and there was a guy fucking like this fat chick. And then
Live?
Live. Then there'd be windows all around on 42nd Street. Same thing. You walked in, you locked the door, you put token in, the window would slide up.
Yeah.
And then there was the ones that had the plexiglass that you just watched, and people would fucking, you could look around and see the guys jerking off, like heads banging. It's fucking creepy, man.
What, did you ever jerk off in those?
Oh, fuck yeah. When I was 15, you have
Yeah,
to.
you have to,
You
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. You don't know. That's the first time you see like somebody actually fucking in front, and you could smell a pussy.
Yeah.
And you could
They
smell
let
it.
you in at 15?
They didn't give a fuck. They weren't proofing.
That's
you.
probably in the 70s, right?
That's the 70s, man. They didn't proof you.
Jesus Christ.
And you'd walk in, and there'd be a fucking janitor, and he'd go into every room, and the door would open, and somebody would walk out. Before he'd go in there, he'd go in and drop the mop, and fucking mop and put it back in with all sperm and shit. And then you go in there, and you had to be careful what you touched. And they'd have sex in front of you. I think I did it twice, guys. You know, just being young and stupid. But then there was times I was in the city, and I'd just go in there just to see what was going on, just to see the desperation. Like I would walk by there at 9 in the morning and see 20 people, like Hasidic Jews,
Yeah.
walking out and going,
Really?
"Why are you fucking?" You know, they walk out real fast, Hasids, and you know these are people that. It's weird when people let their religious beliefs suppress their sexual. That's why all these fucking politicians, when somebody tells me they're a Christian, all of a sudden I see them in the bedroom fucking their wife in the ass and smacking them because they're really horny fucking devils. It's really weird. Like, I was really horny when I was a kid. And then once I realized I couldn't get pussy like the rest of my friends, I let that emotion go in a way. And I got
That's
lucky
exactly
from time
what
to time.
that's exactly what I went through.
Yeah.
And I would say, you know what? Instead of going after women, I'll just masturbate. I'll just
Yeah.
go home and masturbate, and that'll be the easy thing. I don't have to talk to them or nothing. But then, like in '87, the cocaine turned me. Like once, right before I got locked up, cocaine flipped on me, and I got really sexual with the coke. Like I could go all night and put coke in their feet.
But you got girls then.
yeah. I would
you started
always
getting
have a
girls,
girl.
yeah.
I would always have a girl with coke, and you eat that pussy with coke.
Would it
rocks.
bum you out that it was only when you had coke? Because I went through a thing where I only hooked up with girls when we were drinking, and that used to bum me out. I'm like, fuck, they have to be drunk.
In those days, I didn't care. I didn't care how I got pussy because I had been suppressed for so long.
Yeah.
I wasn't like the rest of my friends. My friends would come to me and say, I got pussy last week down the shore. For me, I'd get a victim once a month growing up or once every 6 months, but I really never had a girlfriend. And I didn't have the sexual escapades my friends were having at 21 and 22. I never heard of stuff like that till I left New Jersey. I had my first threesome at 35, 36, and it was one of the worst things of my life. because
Yeah.
I
What
can't
was it, two
perform.
girls and one guy?
2 girls and
You
me.
never done a threesome with 2 guys, 1 girl?
No, I couldn't
I
even
have a couple
imagine
times.
looking at another guy naked.
What is that
comics. I did it with Mike Burton. You know who Mike Burton is?
No.
Mike Burton's a stand-up. And
Yeah, he's still around.
Yeah,
Chicago?
yeah. Mike Burton and a feature, the girl. I can't say her name because
Right.
she's still around. And we did the threesome, and he was so selfish because you know what I mean. He would pull her up to his side of the bed, and I didn't want to touch him. So you know what I ended up doing? Going to the side of bed and just masturbating, watching them. And we also, can I just say something? We all laughed so much. It was like the funnest sex I've ever had, you know. And I did it with Aaron Cater and Brian Etheridge once in Vegas too. That was a fivesome.
I was gonna say, where's
That was
the
a
girls?
fivesome. You know,
With 2 girls?
Yeah, it was 2
Where
girls.
did you meet the 2 girls at?
Dude, this is so gross. So, you know Steve Shrippa?
Yeah.
So Shrippa, Riviera.
Yeah.
So he calls me and he goes, hey, because Dice used to call me Ching, right? so Steve Shrippa used to call me Ching, right? As just Ching. That's what they used to say, not racial, but I know it was racial. So you go, hey Ching. I go, hey, we're doing this midnight dirty show. I want you to headline. I'd never headlined before. So Brian Etheridge and Aaron Cater were open micers at the time. They go, we'll drive you. You know what I mean? We'd love to see that, right? So they drove me out there. So we're on Las Vegas Boulevard. These two sisters drive by, right? And Brian Etheridge is driving, and the two sisters roll down the window. They go, you're cute. Not to Brian, because he's the ugliest white dude I've ever seen. Or me. They were saying it to Cater. Cater's a fucking cute boy.
Good-looking
yeah,
dude.
good-looking kid, right? Cater runs out of the car, jumps in this fucking truck. They drive out into the sunset, right? And me and Brian are fucking mad, right? So then we get to the Riviera. I go, Brian, you go do your own thing. I have to concentrate, write out my set list or whatever. So then midnight, I'm literally on stage, and I see Brian and Aaron bring in these two sisters. One was like a 300-pound white lit girl, and the other one was 80 pounds. But they were sisters, and they were missing teeth. But, you know, at the time, you know, I need, you know. So anyway, after the show, Aaron goes, hey, don't do us. So let's go to the room. So we're in the room, and so, you know, you're no condom either. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
I know. So we were doing it, you know, doing it, and then all of a sudden, like 3 hours later, I'm with the fat one, and Aaron's with the skinny one. I don't know where Brian is. I don't know where Brian is. So I look around the room. I don't know where Brian is. Maybe he's in the bathroom. No, he's not in the bathroom. So I keep doing. I'm doing doggy style with this fat one, and I feel something tickling my butthole. It was like a feather. You know what I mean? I turn around. No one's there. So it was like paranormal. You know what I mean? I thought it was like a paranormal
There's
experience.
a ghost tickling your butthole?
Yeah. But then, like, I keep going, and I find, and then I definitely feel something. You know, like something. You know what I mean? And I look down. Brian had crawled underneath my body, and he was eating her pussy while I'm having sex with her. Now, let me tell you something. You have to imagine what is on his face now at this point. You know, my little gook juice. He's got gook juice, fat juice, you know what I mean? Mixed together, you know what I mean? Who knows what kind of, you know, is on
Why
his...
not just go for the blowjob? What is he?
I don't know, but he goes, she likes it. I don't like it. Because it's like, his chin is rubbing against my taint. I don't like it. It's weird, right? I can't get hard. So
disgusting.
it gets worse. So I decide to power fuck her. So I go, you know how you do it? Power. Am I going to get in trouble for saying
I
time?
haven't power fucked nobody in 10 years,
Yeah,
trust
all
me.
right. So I go like that, you know what I mean? And you know, I slipped out, right? So I try to stick it back in, but Brian had moved up, right? And it rubbed against his eye, right? So then we all disband, you know what I mean? Because like he screamed, you know what I mean? And I go, why? We got to fight. I go, why are you down there? You know what I mean? He's like, you purposely. I didn't purposely, you know? So then afterwards we go to breakfast. So I'm taking these two girls out for breakfast. Aaron's there. And we're talking, laughing. I just can't wait to go to sleep. And I look at Brian from across the table. His left eye completely closed with a yellow film. A yellow film had closed it shut, like an adhesive, right? I go, dude, we got to go to the fucking hospital. He goes, no, I'm good. I go, no, you're not good. You can't fucking see out of that eye. It's like infected. It's red. It's like pulsing, you know, which is his fucking fault, right? So then we go to the fucking hospital, right? Now we have no sleep, you know what I mean? It's a disaster, right? And I'm in there with them, you know what I mean? With them, we're like, what are we gonna say, right? He goes, I'll just make something up. So the doctor goes, what happened? And he goes, he skull fucked me. He points at me, he says, I skull fucked him.
You kind of did. Not
Yeah, but not, you know.
Did you have him check your dick? Because like, what was on your dick that made his eye close up?
Dude, it was not just my dick, the juice, all kinds of stuff, man. You don't fucking listen, dude.
I can't believe
My
your brother was
I went to the doctor 2 weeks ago, and I got all tested. My shit's clean, dog. All right? Nothing. I have no diseases. You know what I mean? No diabetes.